what's been going on with Toma Bravo?
Yeah, it's just not a big deal. One of the largest loss at a PE deal. I think their
Not a
entire
big deal.
investment,
Not a
entire
big deal.
investment, not a big deal. It was a 7 billion dollar loss, and they invested in one company called Medallion. I think it's Medallion,
Medallia.
and they Medallia, and the company's so under. I think they did LBO, buyout, leverage buyout, and the interest rate is high. They're paying too much interest, and they gave up, and they're handing over their company to their creditors. So it's essentially $5.7 billion wipeout for Toma Bravo, which is one of the best or largest software private equity fund in the US. And what I really love about this story is I were at Toma Bravo AGM multiple times. I met those guys, and what they're telling me was, as an LP, my problem with them was they're buying companies at a really high valuation, which was above the market multiple back then. And their
Mm.
argument was, hey, we buy high, but we sell higher. And I was like, that doesn't make sense. Who's
It's
gonna
like a
buy it
Tiger
higher?
Global argument.
Exactly. And they're crumbling. Like they're losing a lot of money on different fronts, and all the LPs are freaking out. Everybody thought private equity was a safe investment, and I think this is gonna affect the private credit that because they did the leveraged buyout, they had to loan the money from the private credit companies, so they're losing private equity money on the equity side. They're going to be start losing on the credit side, which is going to affect the private credit market too. So this is confusing to LPs because they thought, hey, PEs never lose money. They might do 1x, but they never lose money. And for private credit, LPs always thought, hey, this is guaranteed to return at least 10% for the last 2 or 3 years, and five, not 3 years, I guess, 3 to 5 years. And so all the CIOs of the world were like, why do I need to do venture? You can get 12% out of private credit with guaranteed through a Toma Bravo take private deals. And that is over, and that was never going to happen anyway. There was a dream that all the CIOs had, but so I think this is a sign, first of many, that we're going to be seeing a lot of private equity company and funds bought software companies at a really high valuation and cannot pay the interest and give back to the creditors. And even private credit companies are marking it down to 70 cents per dollar. So on a dollar. So I think it's going to be a big loss for the entire ecosystem. I don't know how this is going to affect the venture. There are two sides. One is, hey, we should do venture. Private credit is not guaranteed. There's a risk anyway. And the other side, hey, we lost money. Let's not invest into private assets anymore. So I think it's going to be a little bit of a ladder, but we'll see what happens.